Yo, what's up guys? So today I have a special video for you guys. The last baby video we did blew up on YouTube as a type beat, got around 1.2 million views as speaking right now, and it has been my best selling beat ever. And even the melody in that beat got used by Untitled Chapter, so that was a good tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm basically just gonna show my process on how to make a beat like that from scratch, and starting with a melody in Ableton and then moving on to FL Studio for the drums and mixing and mastering. So yeah, let's start on the melody. Yeah, so the first thing I started with on this melody was this piano from Keyscape, and I played this MIDI melody. And for the piano I also added a compressor just to make it stand out more and have that feeling. As you can see, for this part of the melody I changed the piano, and that sounds like this. Nothing too special, so we're basically just going from a triplet feel, which is here, to a basic 4. So after the piano I went to Contact to find strings, and that sounds like this. A completely typical Lil Baby type melody. So after the strings I went to Contact yet again, and I found this sound. And after that I went to Contact yet again, and I found this pad. Sounds like this. Really basic yet again. And after that I went to Expand, and I found this bass. And after that I went to my new drum kit, and I used the impacts I have, and as you can see, just layer them over the melody. Typical. And after that I went to a Kara vocal bank and found this transition and just made it on key. Yeah, so this one is basically just this bass, but I just rendered it out so I could edit the final audio of it. Then we move on to yet another Contact, and this is a piano, but just at a higher octave, so the melody sounds more interesting and, you know, high pitched. And that sounds like this alone. Yeah, typical Lil Baby feel. And after that I went to Expand, and I found these strings, or not strings but like synth feel. And lastly for the melody I added this synth feel for the switch up. Sounds nearly like a vocal, but it is a synth. So yeah, that is basically the whole melody. And for the master I just added a Kramer tape on stereo, and I used the mastering big and open preset. So yeah, that is basically everything you have to do for the melody. Keep it really simple, and that should be all for these types of beat. So yeah, let's make the drums. The first thing I would do when I make the melodies is to go to my mixer and apply the master, but I'm using a recording thing, so I have to do it from scratch. So basically what you're going to do is go to dynamics, soft clipper, and above the soft clipper you are going to use EQ and just boost this one. You can also do this one knob, but sometimes it will sound weird, so usually I just have it at this. So after that we're gonna route the melody to mixer number 1, and we are gonna take out the low ends. And I'm also gonna do an intro where I do this and automate the slider. So I want to pitch the melody down 2 semitones. So for the drums, I'm just gonna play off the melody, and I know it's going from a triplet feel back to a normal 4/4. So the first thing I want to do is basically just take in my clap and snare. And after this I usually go for my hi-hats, and I like to use this one. And usually I just add rolls where I see fit, so let's find something. And when I did this was just right click and drag down. Same for this one. So once you have the clap and the hi-hat down, I usually go for my 808s, and for the little baby type beats I usually only use this one, this one, this one, and my favorite is this one. So when I do my 808s, I'm thinking about if I can freestyle over it. So if I can come up with a flow, the rappers who are buying the beat can definitely come up with a flow. So yeah, that is the thing I'm thinking about. So yeah, that is basically the pattern I want to go with, and I also want to add our reverse. So we are just going to do this at 29. I usually like to put the reverse for this spins and slide in and out. So let's see. Yeah, that works. So after I have this down, I usually lay down my open hats, and the first thing I do is pick an opener, and I'm just gonna use this one. And after that I want one on So yeah, that is basically all we need for the open hats, and after that I like to go to snares. And kind of pattern. That's basically everything for the first part of the beat. For the second part, I want to add a triplet feel. So I'm basically just gonna do this and take out the hi-hat. You don't need to do rolls, but just in case you want to do something, this pattern could work. Then you could do like a sixth. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the normal triplet. The only thing we have left to do right now is to mix the beats. So I will basically just go like this. So for my hi-hats, I usually just use this one. That's my favorite hi-hat preset. Yeah, that is fire. And everything sounds about right for me right now. I might come back to it later on, but this is basically everything I would do for the beat. So the only thing left for this beat is adding a counter melody. I usually just go to a one-shot kit. This is one I've been using just to finish my beats lately. You do not need this one, just use the one you like. This is just what I like to use. So I use the spotlight, and I often use the keys riser. So for the counter, I just have this melody in mind. So that is basically everything for the beat. What I need to do next is arrange it. So for arranging, I would probably just do this for some parts. And after you have made a beat, I usually just export the MP3 file and the WAV file alone, so I can upload them on BeatStars, and after that I render it like a stem. So split the mixer tracks, and since we already named them, it will come out perfect as it is. So yeah, that is basically how to make a Lil Baby type beat from scratch. And if you guys want to use the sounds I used in this video, I'll leave a link to the drum kit in the description. And yeah, peace.